Hey everybody, this is Rick Denton. Hey, today I'm going to talk a little bit about shaky-headed fishing in that early wintertime pattern that you got. A lot of times you have the north winds blowing and stuff, and it gets kind of difficult to catch a lot of fish. One thing I want to talk about, the product that I'm going to show you is actually a JB Jig. It's a football shaky head. It's a real good bait. This right here is actually a half ounce, and then you got the 5/8 ounce. Now, one thing that a lot of people do, they put different types of trailers on the back of the shaky heads. One thing that I found out over the years, that in this time of the year, the straight tail worm is probably your best bet to catching a lot of big fish. That curly tail worm or the crawls will come later on in the springtime, when the crawfish are out. But what I usually do is I'll cut off a little bit of this here, probably about that much, and then I will actually thread this on the shaky head, which by the way is a fantastic shaky head by JB Jig Company. And I'll get it on pretty well like this here. Okay, everybody knows how to do this, but this is probably the best way to do it. I always arch up a little bit on there. I want that inside, and I want it pretty straight. Now I cut off a little bit of this because I don't want it very big. That's kind of the key. The longer extension on here, a lot of times when the bite is real slow and light, they grab the back of it. And people always ask me, well, I'm pumping them shaky heads and pumping them shaky heads, but I'm not actually getting any bites with them. You've got to slow down. A lot of times I just drag it and I'll twitch. All the stuff in the wintertime, when the fishing gets real slow, the little twitches will catch more fish. Let it sit down there. These shaky heads will actually stand up in the water and that tail will float. They'll pick it up. That's a key to fishing this type of the year, in that late fall into that winter time, when the fish gets slower because the water temperature is dropping. They want something that's really not really moving that fast. But the shaky head, I catch a lot of big fish with this, and the JB Jig products on here are probably the best shaky heads we ever fished with. They have multiple colors. This right here is actually a green, you can see, and the paint design on here is really, really good. The hook sizes are super, super thick and big, and the keepers on here for the worm keepers, they're stainless steel. They don't rust at all. But give them to check out at jbjigs.com on the shaky heads. And just remember, when you're fishing a shaky head, slow down a little bit when the water's cold. Cut your worm a little bit. Straight tail worms. This is a yum dinger. And you'll catch more fish. This is Rick Denton. Thank you.